Hello YouTube and Infinite Magic Wave players. So today we're gonna bring a Wuthering Coast video. And I forget exactly who I made this video for. Let's make sure we still got Kingstat. We do. Yeah, I forget who was asking. So I really apologize for that. But I promised that I would put out a Poison Team Wuthering Coast video because we do have one of the higher damage dealing teams for poison. We've only spent a total, I guess this would be the third week of experimenting with this team to optimize its damage. We're like kind of micro tuning here. So you see 1.6. And every week our damage has slightly gone up because we're experimenting, we're getting better, we're finding the little nuances of the team, and like I said, we're just figuring it out. And this team, it does have a bit of volatility with the skips. Of course, now it's being really consistent of this 1.6 to 1.7 range, but I've seen it test as low as like 1.3 for me, and I've seen it test as high as like this 1.6 range. And we want to explain to you why. So let's just jump into battle. We're going to press select on the bone toxins, we're going to deselect skip, and we're going to go over the build. So the reason why we do get this volatility is because of Zora's skill usage. It is not optimized, and it is impossible to optimize it on a smart cast. And the reason being is that her passive here. So to make this book a bit shorter, Fang Arrow is the basic attack. The basic attack applies a Viper stack, a Venom stack to the enemy, and the skills that she casts do more damage depending on how many stacks of the Viper Venom that they have. So as you can see, 1 layer is 600%, 2 layers is 900%, and 3 layers is 1200%. And you kind of want to play around with the boss here because he does do that debuff down skill, and you want to kind of detonate before that happens, if possible. I haven't quite got it tweaked to where I am doing that, but I do have it somewhat dialed in as far as like the synergy of the heroes. I think everyone just needs a bit more exclusive to be faster. Maybe I need a few gear changes. Like I could use this red, and then maybe that would help me a lot because I would be faster than the boss on every aspect of this team. But that's another thing. Like I said, I'm just slowly dialing out the issues with this team, so this video is going to be more so of a mechanic explanation than anything else. So Zora is not as fast as I would like her to be. I would love for her to be 2100, but it's just not possible. Our fastest hero would be Mellet. This is top priority for Mellet, is that she wants to be fast with some effect hit and some mastery. She is not much of a damage dealing hero, although she can do damage. So like I said, just speed, effect hit, mastery, those are her main stats in my opinion. We're running the Mastery Surge aura on her. Ideally, if I had infinite resources, I would put a skill master on her and I would put Mastery Surge on Dakota, but I don't have infinite resources. The emblems that we're using are right here if you want to take a look. For Dakota, she would be the second fastest on our team, and she's built very similar to Mellet. So she is a support that can do some damage, and she does do a decent bit of damage with her S4, so we have a bit more attack on here, and we're of course running Effect Hit Mastery. We don't have an aura for her yet. We can actually change that. We'll do that real quick before we do the fight. But like I said, I would love to have Mastery Surge on Dakota and Skill Master on Mellet, but that is a huge investment for a mid-grade team, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, this is an end game exclusive heavy team, so it requires a ton of investment, and the return on it is very little. I'm curious to see if this increased our damage any. Looks like it's about the same, and I kind of expected that to a degree because oh look, there's some of that variance that I was talking about. And then too, also, like, when you're dealing more damage, you do need to be able to time Magni's shield a little bit better, which you just can't really do in the smart cast. Yeah, so now we're using mastery surge on the Dakota. So let's jump back into the stat screen so that way we can see what's going on here. Sorry for the distraction. So yeah, we're using Mastery Expert on Dakota. Again, speed, summon to attack, summon to mastery. Nita is just our standard PvP build. Speed, effect hit, mastery. I didn't really change her kit to be doing more damage, although I could. I just don't want to. So I could tweak this to make her do more, but like I said, it's not what I'm going for. Using the chronic poison stamp on her because it does increase everybody's damage a little bit. We're using the Richter stamp on Dakota. We're using the Mellet stamp on Mellet. Magdi, we're using the BJ stamp, and we've got him tuned to be the highest HP on the team, as you can see, so that way he's making use of the stamp. Magdi is an attack support, so he does do a bit of damage. I've got him built more into mastery, summon to attack, summon to effect hit. I have this team kind of tuned in a sense to where, so you can see Magdi's speed is 2277. When he gets the plus 120 speed from Big Jack stamp, that makes him 2397. So he's still slower than everybody. He should be buffing Zora somewhat. Of course, once you start having speed up and things like that apply, and multiple turns are taken and people start lapping each other, it gets a little bit off, skewed. But for the most part, he should be buffing Zora. Ideally, you know, I would love to have Zora at a speed that's like one less than Magdi, so that way we can guarantee she gets it every single time. But it's just I don't have enough gear to really make that happen just yet. What else? So we can show the emblems on everybody real quick. So here's Zora. Here's Dakota. Here's Nita. Here's Magdi. And then here's Mellet. So that's emblems. You can see down here the stamps and blessings that I'm using. And that should be it for all the gear. So let's unclick the skip. Let's make sure we're in an actual fight. And we'll get right on into it. So let's explain the mechanic a little bit. So what I like to do is I'll always start with the S4 on Mellet. What this does is it allows everyone to put a layer of poison. So I do a basic attack on Dakota because that's the only thing she does that inflicts poison. I'll do S4 on Nita. I'll do S4 on Magdi for deep poison. And then I'll do a S1 on Zora because that's going to put a layer of poison too. So now whenever I cast Mellet's S2, you'll see everybody pursues. And then for Dakota, I like to prioritize this S2 more than anything because it does grant the speed up, and I think that's very important. Nita, I just kind of cast whatever skills are available. Magdi, I always do the S3 second, and then again for Zora, you're going to want to basic attack until you get these poison stacks up. So I believe that she took one turn. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and just put an S1, that way we can expel the attack down and detonate with full stacks. And then Magdi, we're going to just put the shield because it does grant this arrow to whoever goes next, increases their damage some. Of course, that Dakota S1 there is just a minor damage increase, but it's still something. And as you can see, we're already not getting the buff on Zora, so I do have to tune this team better. I've got to get Zora and Magdi's speed in a fashion to where they work together better, but that's not something I feel like investing a ton of resource into because this team is already doing a lot of damage. So her S2 deals 100% attack damage to all enemies. If targets have poison or viper venom, there's a chance to inflict one layer of debuff with a chance to reduce the attack for 40%. Otherwise, it deals extra 200% attack damage that ignores defense. So, since they're going to have viper venom when we're doing this, right? And let's see, 10%. We like to use the S4 more because 3 stages of 50% attack is a bit more damage. So we prioritize this S4 whenever we're trying to cap our damage, and we prioritize the S2 later on into the fight to kind of hide from the boss's skills because they do a lot of damage. And we'll kind of show you that mechanic here in a minute. So we're always just casting whatever skill we have available with Magdi. For the most part, we don't like to cast the S3 multiple times unless we know that it's going to go to Zora. But if it's not going to go to Zora, we'll just deal with whatever skill it may be at the time. So right here, this is what I'm talking about as far as putting the attack down debuff. So I know that Nita might use a skill. I know that he's about to be doing a big strike here. So we're going to put attack down on the boss. That way, whenever Nita does her skill, it decreases the damage that she takes, and it will decrease the damage that the boss does with his skill. So it's kind of like a win-win there. I know we didn't have 3 stacks, but it's alright. You kind of got to play with that mechanic a little bit. So right here we have the arrow, we have 3, we have the attack down debuff. So I'm not happy that I've got used the S4 here, but it's still more damage. So we're gonna take that. Two stacks. And now Zora will get to go before the boss's debuff, and she'll get to put the attack down. So what we're gonna do here too is, because she got the mark there, we're gonna put S2 on Magdi because it's gonna give her a shield, and then whenever we use our skill with Zora, the attack down is gonna apply, and then the shield's gonna apply, and she's not gonna take that much damage. So that would be the ideal scenario there. And you'll see this little counter right here that just went up to 100. That is the bone toxin stats. So now that it is at 100, we have quote unquote capped our damage for the team. So we are doing our full damage potential from poison now. This is a scaling team, so the longer the fight goes, the more damage they do until you reach that 100, and then that's your cap. And as you can see, we got that by turn 6. So we got it by turn 6. So it's not a super long thing. So since we've got 2 turns for the debuffs here, and the boss is about to cast another big skill, we're just going to use our ability now, so that way she can kind of build back up to higher stacks before there's another debuff applied. So basic, and then she's going to do another basic here. So she does a basic, now the debuffs are gone, and when she casts her skills, she will hit for maximum damage. So we got 3 stacks of the Venom, we're going to cast the S4, and we did 69 million damage. Pretty good, pretty good. We're going to go ahead and cast... Oh, we should have cast the S2 there. That's my mistake. But I think we can lap the boss because we have speed up. So we might actually cast the S2 one more time. Actually, we will. That worked out really well in our favor. So 900 million by the start of turn 10. That should be no less, hopefully, than 1.8 by the turn 20. So we're happy with that. This is going to be a good run. And wow, big hits, big hits. I very much so lost my train of thought. Funny. Let's do this. And the marks on Zora actually works out pretty good. What I'm gonna do here is, because that second strike of the boss is starting to get pretty significant. Okay, I don't think that we outspeed the boss. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna S2 here, get the attack down debuff on him, so that way we can recuperate from that. And then the S2 from Millet will heal her back up, as you can see. And we're going to, since we have attack down, we're going to ignore our shield for this first strike of the boss, and we're going to tank it. See, it's not so bad, it applies a bunch of debuffs. And now we'll use Magdi shield for the second one. So between the Magdi shield and the attack down debuff on the boss, we should be able to survive this strike pretty nicely. Does she have 2 stacks or 1 stack? We'll go ahead and detonate this. And that was very clean. And now she gets rid of her debuff, and we can carry on with the mission. Okay, this I'm not happy with. Okay, thank goodness. So we're going to... I don't think we'll heal up in time. I have to really think about this. We have attack down on the boss. Let's just pray. Alright, prayers be with us. Okay, we survived it. Okay, very good. So basic attack. Heal up again. Put S2 on Magdi. Heal up one more time. And yeah, that was very nice, very nice. So we're at 1.6 on turn 17. This is proving to be a decent little bit of damage here. I'm satisfied with this run so far. Do S1. Oh my god, please stop hitting my Zora, bro. Okay, well, she's full HP. I'm gonna put the attack down debuff and pray. We're gonna put shield, because I don't want to lose my Zora here. And we did survive, thankfully. I do think that we lose... I think we lose... Oh no, it's turn 19 anyways, so we're safe, we're safe. Everything is fine. And since it's the last turn, we're going to go ahead and detonate. We're going to go ahead and detonate this. 1.6, and this is going to be our last hit. So we hit almost 1.9, 1.886 with our poison team. This is our best damage so far. Yeah, I mean, very satisfied with that. Super clean run, super clean run. Could have been better, yes, but, you know, I'm not investing a lot of time or resource into that. So as you can, let's just take a look at some other poison teams to give you an idea. So we got 1.1 there, very similar exclusives across the board. S-Rich, if they'll load. Seems like our game doesn't like to load whenever we're recording, which is fine. We might just stop the peeking at teams. Okay, S-Rich does not have a poison team. Let's just look one more time. No, I don't think very many of these people have poison teams. Okay, so that's it. We're gonna go ahead and lock in our 16 billion. Collect our scales and rock and roll with it. Who do we want to? And we're super excited for the 16 billion because we have not been able to put the exclusive on our Agatha yet because of a certain problem. So our Hang is 2149 speed, our Agatha is 2136 speed. So we needed to have this scale in order to increase Hang's speed in order to allow us to make the Agatha exclusive. So this is super exciting. So we get to use the Agatha exclusive here, and there it is. There it is. Let's go ahead and put our echo back on because we we definitely screw up our teams while we do our Wuthering Coast fight. So this is the Agatha now. Super satisfied with her stats. Super satisfied with the E4. Now what we got to do is make this red. Speed. I think that. Yeah, this is gonna be our best one. And here it goes. Okay, what is it gonna roll into? Oh, we gotta make gold. We gotta make gold. I forgot about that. Okay, so arena store, event store, I mean. I'm gonna go ahead and max this out. 229 coins. So we got 770 left for the month. And we got 34 million. So I think we have just barely enough to use our 2 scales. Okay, what do you roll into? Please be something useful. Attack rate, decent, but not great. But now, 2221, 2186, that's within the tolerance here. Who do I want to do next? I was looking at something and this piece right here. Let's go. That's really nice. So we're gonna put this on Nita. Wow. I'm satisfied with that. Okay, what a great way to end the video. 2520 Nita. Yes, please. Yes, please. She's fast. Let's go. Okay, and we got a orange scale. Is there anything that we can really use it on? Let's check our speeds. Actually, let's check our second artifacts. Who needs some speed? I don't think we have an effect res for Bunny. that can't roll. Oh, we don't have gold anyways. Okay, never mind. We'll save the orange scale, but hey. Wow, that was really nice. So yeah, wow. Super satisfied. All around. Great work on the Wuthering Coast. You know, so I hope that maybe you guys learned a thing or two about the poison team. You know, every week that we do this, our damage goes up and up. 1.9, well, almost 1.9 with the poison team. That's really good. So we're hoping that this can increase over time. I'd love to see this hit like 2 billion. It'd be a good number. I'd be satisfied with that number. So yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the content. I hope this helps you understand the poison team a little bit better, and I hope that you can, you know, make the most out of your Wuthering Coast. And we'll catch you on the next one. All right, bye.